Hi Capricorn, this is your weekly reading for December 8th through the 14th, 2020. I'm extending your forecast out by day, so sorry this reading is coming out a little bit late, but hopefully we're still good here. For your reading today, I'm using the Light Seer's Tarot deck and the Spirit Animal Oracle. You can watch this reading if you are a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Rising. Capricorn on the house cusp. If you have your Sun in the 10th house, or Venus and Capricorn, you can watch this reading. What are the messages and energies for? So I forgot to mention, we're looking at 6 cards for your week ahead, Capricorn. And then we'll be pulling an oracle message for you at the end of your reading. Give me 6 cards for Capricorn's week ahead. December 8th through the 14th, 2020. Show me, how does Capricorn see themselves today? What is the theme for them over the next week? What is something Capricorn has learned in their past that will be useful for them to remember this week? A challenge they may be facing, a lesson they're learning now, and a gift they will receive. Show me the 6 cards for Capricorn's week ahead, December 8th through the 14th. Show me the 6 cards for Capricorn's week ahead, December 8th through the 14th. Guys, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, feel free to comment. Thank you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Venusian, so a Libran or a Tauran. Some of you are pregnant or are extremely fertile right now. I would say within the next 30 days or so, if you're looking to have a child. But other than that, the Empress is a beautiful energy here as the underlying theme or challenge of your reading. I see fertility, growth, growth in matters of the heart. Also extremely beautiful feminine energy here. So Venus is in Scorpio, so that is, I think, going very well with your energy at this time. I'm also getting something about fertility cycles. So some of you are tracking your fertility, like your ovulation. You have like you're doing some sort of rhythm method. I don't know. I'm getting something with fertility here, or you're a fertility doctor, or you work with the earth or women, or you work with fertility, okay? Or you work with the fairer sex. Let me put it that way. Let's see. Okay. Capricorn, how you see yourself today? We have the 7 of Cups. I see you pausing to reflect if the things that you've built will last the test of time. because here we have someone who is, oh wow, I didn't see that. There's a snake under some of those cups here. Okay, so, and also a dragon's wing. I'm also getting it's time to turn over some of these bowls here and see what's underneath. I don't mean that in the literal sense. I mean like as an analogy for let's see what we really have going on here, because some of these things are an illusion, a fantasy, castles in the sky. But I think that there's one thing in particular that you're afraid to look at, that you have, you thought was real, or you thought was something that you had built strong, but I feel like it's also potentially something that's an illusion. Remember, this is Neptune and Pisces. So Neptunian energy here is kind of put in our way as a way of tricking us into thinking that something's real when it's really not. It's artificial. Artificial intelligence. Maybe you're dealing with a fake empress or someone that, you know, is getting some sort of injections or breast implants, or like they just get a lot of work done and it's mostly fake. So like a fake person, you could be dealing with some sort of fake individual here, and you're just kind of confused. Who is the real person? Who am I really dealing with? Because with the Seven of Cups here, the mind is kind of foggy. There's like this cloud in front of you. You can't really see. You're not really seeing very clearly here. All right. So don't get lost in the fantasy is what I want to say. And all that glitters is not gold. The theme for you over the next week is death, rebirth. So a death or a rebirth is certain this week. I feel like you're undergoing some sort of transformative change. This could be moving. This could be changing jobs, relocating career, a makeover. I feel like it's more than your appearance. So this is more than skin deep. This goes in terms of like, you know, you yourself are changing as an individual. So this is a pretty major card here. It's a major arcana. So expect some major transformations this week. Okay. It's also Scorpio. So of course you could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have two Scorpio energies here and a Venusian, Tauran, Libran. Something Capricorn has learned in their past that will be useful for them to remember. The Two of Wands. Now you had a choice here. You had a choice in your past. I'm not getting the sense that you actually went for it. I'm seeing someone here who's contemplating their options. All right. And I was also getting the message that you always have options. You don't have to stay where you are. You may have like a million reasons to stay where you are, but you just need one good one to leave the situation you're in, go for something different, find something better. So yeah, in the past, you did have options here. You did have a choice, a fork in the road. I'm not kind of getting that you actually went for it, though. I'm kind of getting someone here was thinking about it. So I don't know, maybe too late now, but let's see. Your challenge this week is the Eight of Pentacles. So there's going to be a challenge around your work. I'm hearing work-life balance or work structure. Some of you are out of work or not focused on work at this time. Others of you are having trouble focusing on your work or getting things done. There could be production issues. There may be issues in terms of your workflow. I'm also seeing someone who's on their phone, who's very distracted by their phone, or who is doing something with social media. Okay, make sure that doesn't interfere with your actual workflow. The lesson you're learning now, Capricorn, we have Judgment, Scorpio. So this is about making a final decision, which part of that process is accepting the responsibility and the role that we play in the actions that we took that led us to our current situation. So you are going to have to accept responsibility for something in order for you to move forward. Accepting the past allows us to transform our present moment. So accepting the way things are so that we can therefore, in our present moment, decide to change is a good thing. It's a positive thing. So I'm also seeing a lot of releasing here, a lot of shedding of the skin, renewal energy here. I'm also hearing coming into alignment with your true self, or coming into alignment with the person you've always wanted to be. releasing a past version of yourself. It's interesting because Scorpio had this card in the lesson they had learned in their past. So I feel a lot of you are dealing with a Scorpio, or maybe you have Scorpio in your chart. So the gift you will receive is the Five of Cups. I did see that while I was shuffling. Okay. So there's something that you're going to have to grieve a loss of. I feel like it's an emotional loss. Here, a loss of an emotional nature. There's something here that you need to bury and say goodbye to and release. That's part of this process here. Okay, so at the tail end of the grieving process is the actual needing to grieve. So you cannot hold these emotions back. You are going to have to go through some sort of grieving process here at the end of the week. All right, so some of you have, well, I'm sorry to say this, but some of you are losing a child, or some of you have lost a child, or some of you are not going to become pregnant just yet. Others of you, I'm seeing something with doing something with your cryogenic freezing your eggs. Okay, so some of you are trying to bring your embryos out and repregnate them, or whatever you call it, doing fertility testing. But I'm getting that this week is not going to be successful. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful in the future, but I'm just getting that there's going to be a loss here. So that's what I'm seeing for you this week, Capricorn. Let me go ahead and pull your spirit animal. What is Capricorn? Yeah. We have Beaver Spirit, and so Beaver Spirit talks about laying a solid foundation. So remember I was talking about, you're kind of worried that you haven't done that in the past with the Seven of Cups, that some of these things here that you've been working on have just been castles in the sky. And I think that there's one in particular that you built that didn't have a solid foundation, and that's going to come down this week with the Death and Rebirth card. I'm not necessarily like in a tower situation, but I feel like there's something here that you are going to have to acknowledge, okay? Which means that you can start over. You can start over. There's absolutely nothing here. I feel like this is actually something that you haven't, something that you thought you did, but that actually doesn't exist. So it's not even something that you can be tearing down or that you can rebuild. It's something that you thought that you had something, or you thought that you had a good foundation. This could have to do with anything: work, family, relationships. But Beaver Spirit is here to help you lay a solid foundation. It could also be that something isn't as solid as you think it is. Okay, there's a lot of illusions here. Remember Neptune and Pisces. Okay, a lot of Scorpio coming up. So that means that if you're constantly transforming something, or constantly having to question yourself or feel confused, that's probably a sign that something here is not quite as it seems, or you need to revisit some of those plans that you had, okay, in the past. Okay, so message says here, Beaver Spirit is here to tell you about a power living within you that is born of spirit, the source from which all life arises. This is the power to establish the sacred connection with the universal consciousness so you can deliberately co-create the world you desire. Know that it takes work, determination, and sustained effort to co-create and lay a solid foundation for your dreams. If with spirit as your partner, you bring the twigs and branches of your intentions and desires and spread them across the river of time, you'll be amazed at what you can do. You will find that you can even change the direction of the flow of life. You can ensure that your world will be prosperous and purposeful, filled with love and joy, and rich with magic and meaning. That which you desire will come to you and remain sustainably if you build on a sturdy foundation. Keep your intention and energy consistent and deliberate, using all your resources and the energy of this wonderful productive time. Have faith, for with Spirit to co-create with you, your success is assured. Spirit is your partner, helping you along as you change the course of your life in the way your heart desires. Very important message there. Your protection message is, Beaver Spirit has come to warn you to check for rotten wood in the foundations of your dreams. Perhaps you built your hopes on faulty promises or wishful thinking, that something would work out just because you wanted it to. I'm taking that message literally and spiritually. There may quite literally be a rotting foundation and some structure in your life, but also take that in a spiritual sense. Okay, I want you to think about both right now. Well, Jupiter is in the last degrees of your sign. Maybe you made choices from a place of unworthiness, hoping that once you got what you desired, it would somehow change you and make everything better. And you had to face the truth that it didn't. Or Beaver Spirit may be telling you it is time to accept things as they are and perhaps consider abandoning the project, relationship, or situation so you can make room for something better. Perhaps you need to go back and rebuild a solid foundation because what you desire may not be in alignment with what your soul intends. Beaver Spirit says you can always get busy and build something fresh and new if the desire is true. All manner of miracles can spring up from a new strong foundation when you remember your partnership with Spirit. Be clear about what you're building and why, choosing from a place of worthiness, well-being, and wholeness. Self-understanding and acceptance will provide you with a solid blueprint to begin again. Get busy now. Beaver Spirit says this is not a time to procrastinate, but a time to start building again. Always mindful of the foundation you're laying, trusting that Spirit is co-creating with you. Thank you so much for listening, Capricorn. This is your weekly forecast. As always, if you would like to book a personal private tarot reading with me, my information is below in the description. You can book through my website or scheduling page. I still have a 30% off Groupon where you can save 30% off a 30-minute live reading with me. As well, I do have my 2021 New Year forecasts available. If you'd like to book one of those, we'll be looking at each month of the new year. What are the themes and challenges of 2021 as per your sun, moon, rising sign? What is the overall theme or challenge for 2021 for you? And what does the future hold for you? We'll be looking at some tropical astrology as well as Chinese astrology. I will incorporate that into my tarot reading for you. So that's a 15-minute reading for $50. Check it out if you're interested. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week, and I will speak to you soon. Love and light.